Plaintiff Erica Easy rented an apartment to the defendant's mother for 2 years, and Erica claimed she had nothing but problems with her because her children were unruly and her apartment was always filthy. Erica eventually evicted the defendant's mother, but before she moved out, the defendant assaulted Erica. Defendant DeAndre Bell says on the day of the incident, Erica entered the property without knocking and then made a derogatory remark about his mother. DeAndre denies initiating the assault, and he's countersuing for defamation of character.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
I'll start with you.
Sir, I rented a property to this young man's mother for approximately 2 years, and he brutally attacked me. During the 2-year time period that I rented to his mother, there was nothing but problems. Not only am I a landlord, Your Honor, I'm a 100% disabled veteran. And during the time period they were there was nothing but problems. Undisciplined children, unruly children that only get disciplined when she is drunk. She ended up falling behind on the rent, and in October I started eviction proceedings. After I started eviction proceedings and was granted the eviction, I gave proper notice that I would be showing the unit to new prospective tenants. And on October 20th, myself and Ms. Reed, as well as a new prospective tenant, went to go view the property. Upon entering the property, which was filthy, it was always filthy. I walked into the kitchen trying to sell my unit, and I said to the new prospective tenant, just imagine the kitchen clean. It's a beautiful kitchen, just imagine it clean.
She said, just imagine it clean. After I put these people out, after I put these nasty people out.
Tell me what else you want me to know. Give me the background on the case. Go ahead.
Pretty much, let me start off from the beginning. Mm-hmm. My mother was renting from her, and she called me to come pack the house up because we were supposed to be out that following weekend. All right, so I don't live there, so that's what I was doing. She did not knock on that door when she came into the house. She just came in. She was uninvited, and it was unannounced.
That's
all right,
not true,
she
Your
walked
Honor.
into the.
That is not
she
true.
walked into the kitchen. Then she stated, imagine if the kitchen was clean after I put these nasty people out. I approached her and I asked her, could you not disrespect me like that? And then she stated, who are you? And this and that, that and this.
First of all, he's not on the
Anyone
lease,
have
Your
pictures
Honor.
of how it looked?
Yes, sir, I do. As a matter of fact, I do. He said, blank, I don't like your blankety blank attitude. And that's when I said, I don't care what you like. I don't even know who you are.
When was this, ma'am?
That was taken on the date after they vacated the property. Broke windows, punched holes into wall, left feminine products on the floor faced up for me to see.
Let me show them to him.
Kicked in my garage door, sleeping in my basement, all kinds of things.
You recognize those pictures?
Yes.
All right, good enough. That is nasty. That's real nasty.
Real nasty, Your Honor, real nasty.
What happened after you made that comment
He
again?
started threatening me, Your Honor. I was everything except for a child of God. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to whoop your this.
Yeah,
and
that
I'm
is
gonna whoop your
that is
that.
not true, Your Honor.
I don't like your blankety blank attitude.
Oh, okay.
Right, you don't like it.
I said I
You
do
were
not.
there?
Yes,
I was
sir.
there.
This is my
name?
witness.
My name is Kelly Reed.
Okay.
I was there and I saw the situation escalating. He was going off, threatening her and just saying, I'm gonna whoop her. I'm gonna get my permission from my mother and da-da-da-da-da. And
That's not true. That's not
That is
true,
true,
Your Honor. My
And-
best
and
friend.
what happened after that?
Miss
You're suing
Reed,
for
Reed tried
an assault.
to.
So what
yes,
happened?
sir. Miss Reed tried to say, young man, you shouldn't be talking to her like that. She's old enough to be your mother. You shouldn't. This lady's just trying to show her place. Let her show her place in peace. He said, I'll whoop your too.
Yeah, he threatened me
That's
too.
not true, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Your Honor, he did.
Yes,
and
he did.
that's
True.
when Miss Reed called 911. The first call went out to 911. Here is my call to 911 from Mrs. Reed's phone.
So you're a
because
little
he
small
threatened
to
her.
be
Yes,
talking
Your
about
Honor,
doing all
he
this
is.
with me.
Yes, Your Honor, he is. Yes.
The whipping you're talking about.
Yes, he gonna whip everybody. Then he proceeded
Your Honor,
to call,
that is not true.
Your Honor, when I
she
saw the
came into
situation
that
was
house,
escalating.
Hold on.
when she came into that house, after she made that comment, I immediately asked her, could she show me and my family some respect? She was upset the moment she walked through the door.
She'd have been more upset if
Your
she
Honor,
lost that client.
Why
so she
would I
knows
go
better
show
than
a
that.
prospective tenant a property for somebody that owes me in excess of $5,000 and be upset? I'm trying to be happy because I'm thinking I'm going to get some money.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the assault.
So when we saw the situation was escalating, Miss Reed immediately called 911 and we turned to leave. I was no longer going to show the property. I told the guy we'll reschedule. When I turned to leave, I don't know what you want to call them, the individuals that were there, because these are not people, Your Honor. I don't know which planet they're from, but it's not Earth. Okay, so the two young men that don't live there.
Exactly.
That you might have been referring to.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. Well, the two people had the door blocked.
You did what?
When he started calling me out of my name, Your Honor, everything he said to me, I said, your mother. Yes, I did, Your Honor. I said, if I'm that, so is your mother. Every name he called me, because I'm old enough to be his mother, Your Honor. Every name he called me, I said, so is your mother. Anyways, Your Honor, so
that's what you should be happy about getting out.
When he came into the kitchen and made a phone call, who I now found out was to his mother, and asked for permission to jump on me, Your Honor. Yes, he did, Your Honor.
Yes, he did.
He asked for permission. Yes, Your Honor, he did.
That is not true, Your Honor.
He asked for permission to jump on me and got off the phone and say, it's all good now. I got permission to whoop your... So then I'm standing there at the door. It's the only
That's a good young man that he would get permission
He got
for
permission,
everything.
Your Honor.
That's one compliment about you. A lot of young people don't get permission for the things that they're...
anymore, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. And then with me
now
trying to leave...
the other part, let me know about that. That might not be so nice.
No,
what?
Your Honor. When I was trying to leave, that's when he swung on me, threw me down. I hit my back in the stove, Your Honor. I'm standing here in pain today. I kid you not. He threw me into the stove, jumped on me. My diamond bracelet, which I purchased for my 30th birthday, got broken. That's a part of my
Your
claim.
Honor,
He punched me in my face, Your Honor. I have pictures off my
See
frame.
that?
My glasses went where I don't know. They probably got them on the street now for $20. There's my receipt for my glasses. And here's my receipt for my jewelry, Your Honor. I have the 911 call, and I have any other evidence that you may wish to see, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir. You tell me about the incident, sir.
Well, if I may start from the beginning, like I said, that my mother was renting from her. We have until the 5th to pay the rent. If she was late between the 1st and the 5th, it's nonstop phone calls. That's harassment, nonstop. After the incident, it was nonstop phone calls, threatening.
Threatening what? Saying what? Threatening to do what?
She was threatening that she was going to kill us and lock us up and things like that.
For not
Your
paying
Honor,
the
I
rent
have a
on
statement
time?
right here saying
That's
that
not true, Your Honor.
she sent four people with black hoodies to come and kill me and my mother.
That is not true.
Who was this statement from? The police?
Correct.
That is not true, Your Honor.
It's highlighted.
Department of Corrections. The police took this statement and signed it?
Correct.
This is
It's
from the Department of
HOC.
Corrections, Division of Community Corrections. Community Corrections don't take police reports. Sir, you're trying to defraud
Your
me
Honor.
now. What else you want me to know, sir, other than she's been harassing you and that fake police report you just gave me? What else? What else you want me to know?
Well, other than that, I did not hit her as far as like attack her. She came into the kitchen and said more things. Okay, at that time, for a second time, I approached her, and then that's when she pushed me, get out of my face. I don't even know who you are. All right, now my best friend and my little brother is trying to hold me back. Then she picked up a pot and she approached me with it. And then that's when everything escalated from there. The police was called, and then I left.
Why?
Why did I leave?
Yes, sir.
I just thought it was just all over with. I mean, I don't live here. I was just basically.
How do you know the
Because you
police
beat
were
her
called
up.
then if you left?
She was on the phone. This lady, she was.
Did you talk to the police?
Did I?
I was
Yes,
on
sir.
The,
No,
Why not?
because I wasn't there.
No, later.
Oh no! Later I had got arrested.
Did you
I got
call-
pulled over and got arrested because of this assault and battery ticket.
Oh, so you were issued a ticket.
Yes.
All right. And what was the final disposition?
I missed my court date. I completely forgot about the court, and so
Okay.
they entered the plea for me. I just paid the ticket, all right, and it was easier doing
No,
it
it's
that
not
way.
all right.
No, I'm saying I paid the ticket.
No, and you said all right, and I'm telling you it's not all right.
I paid the ticket
No,
because it was
that's
easier.
admitting guilt.
Because it was
that admitted guilt. That's why I'm saying it's not all right. You paid a fine, and you only pay a fine or serve time if you're convicted or you admit. And you weren't convicted, so that means you admitted. And your counterclaim $1,500 for defamation for what?
is because she's going around telling people that I beat on women, basically. And, that's not something that I do. If she would have never came at me with the pot, I would have never put my hands on her in self-defense.
All right. Do you have any evidence you want to present? Other than the fake police report that you gave?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I do believe, based on the evidence and based on your submission of fraudulent evidence saying you were giving me a police report when indeed all that is letterhead saying community corrections. You probably did a cut and paste, that's what it appears to be, and then wrote something out in handwriting, which is what that is, nothing even typed on there. And so that's a fraudulent document. You tried to defraud the court. Secondly, sir, you admitted to it by paying the fine. You admitted to assaulting her. So indeed, she did not defame your character that you're countersuing for by saying you're a woman beater, because you've admitted to being a woman beater. Whenever you admit to it, you are a woman beater. You admitted by paying the fines that you beat her. And so I'm going to grant your judgment, $4,039. Have a good day.